Hello and welcome again to another video in the financing, capital budgeting and investments sequence. And in this relatively short video and a relatively easy one, I will talk about mutually exclusive projects. In the video about real options, we have concluded that sometimes it is actually worthwhile to invest in a project with a negative NPV. And the reason why is that that project may give you an opportunity for a follow-up investment. Now, here we will be talking about the opposite case on when you actually reject a project with a positive NPV. So let's say that you have two projects. You have project A that requires an initial investment of $10,000. And then a year later, you get 20,000. That's all. We just have 2 periods: initial investment and then the final payoff. And then you have project B that requires an investment of 20,000, and a year later, you get $35,000. Problem is that the projects are mutually exclusive. You have to pick one. Okay, you have to pick one. So, are these good projects? Well, the internal rate of return for project A is 100%. You double your money. And remember, IRR, internal rate of return, that is the discount rate that makes your NPV equal 0. So, in other words, if you're able to raise funds at lower than this cost, which, well, I mean, you will. I mean, this is a ridiculous number. That means that you go ahead with the project. Now, the NPV at 10%, so we assume here 10% discount rate, I'm just using the textbook as an example, is $8,182. Okay. So by all means, this is an excellent project. What about project B? And IRR here is 75%. Still ridiculously high, but you don't quite double your money. And NPV here, 11,818. Again, also a ridiculously good project. So here is the dilemma. Which one do I choose? Project A, you double your money, your IRR is 100%. Or project B, you don't quite double your money, but your NPV is better. Here is the way to tackle this. The solution is actually very, very simple. You know that you will invest in one of them. After all, they are both good projects. You know that you will invest at least $10,000. The question is here. You know that in the absence of project B, let's say project B isn't available for us, you 100% go with project A. It's an excellent, excellent project. And now project B becomes available. So the question is, will you invest extra 10,000? So that's the difference, B minus A. Will you invest an extra 10,000 in order to get an extra 15,000? See what I did? I simply subtracted the cash flows. So if I go with project B instead of project A, I will spend extra $10,000 in order to get an extra $15,000. Is this worth my while? And if I compute IRR and NPV of this, I get an IRR of 50% and an NPV of 3,3636. Again, these are ridiculously good numbers. The solution, project B is better. Spending this extra 10,000 results in an additional 15,000. And if you evaluate this as a standalone project, 100% of the time you say yes. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video.